are 7 days. There are 7 days. There are 7 days in 1 week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Good. The months of the year are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. 0, 1, count me up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cups, water pots, sunflower, wheelbarrow. Mine is in the way. Yes, good job, Zion. There you go. The final take. I am filming this again. This is what we gonna have to work with because the amount of times I had to restart this video is crazy. Anyways, hi, my name is Tiffany and I live in the beautiful island of Anguilla and I am a daycare owner. Now I'm gonna tell you 10 things that I think parents should consider when picking a daycare service for their infant, toddler, or preschooler, because there are a lot of things you can consider, but these are the ones that I think that are very important to parents. So the first one is safety and cleanliness. Now, I would never recommend for anyone to pick a service based on videos and pictures. That's insane. Make sure you book a walkthrough so you can get a feel of the environment. Never just give them the okay and then when you go to enroll on the day you find out that the place is just nasty and ugh. Don't do that. Make sure you book your tour. Number 2, qualified and caring staff. Now, you have to make sure that the daycare you're considering, the staff is CPR and first aid trained and their certificate needs to be visible to the parents somewhere in the facility. You don't need to go taking it by word of mouth. You need to make sure that each staff has the CPR and first aid training available for you to see. Okay? Now, you need to also ask questions to find out what are their disciplinary methods so that you could know what kind of staff this is and how are they going to care for your child. You need to also voice your concerns, your disciplinary method that you think would work best for your child. You need to communicate all of these things so that you guys can, see if you are a match for each other. Number 3, gotta make sure I got 3 fingers. Child to caregiver ratio. Now, this is a question every parent should ask. Now, your child may have more needs than others for whatever reason, or you might just don't really care about it as much, but you should ask what is the child to caregiver ratio, just to make sure that it's not too much children assigned to one teacher and then your child needs aren't being met at the end of the day. So you make sure to find out. Maybe you might want to pick a smaller daycare, or you might just be okay with a larger daycare. It's up to you, but make sure you ask. Number 4, activity based or care based. Now, there are many different types of daycares around, and you want to pick the one that you think will suit your child and that you'll be most comfortable with. Now, I provide an activity based daycare because I feel like children should be engaged, whether it be through play or different activities, something that keep their mind going. It have to be included in a daycare. Now, if that's not something that you're looking for, you could just look for a care only daycare where the needs are just being met and that's it. That's perfectly fine. Number 5, communication. Now, this is very, very important. You want to make sure that when you're looking for a daycare service, you find a daycare that communicates with you every single day. If there's any issue, if there's an accident, you are kept up to date. You don't want to find a daycare and then things happen and then you have to ask question about a matter, or you find out later on that something happened that needed to be said earlier. So you make sure you ask that question. How do you communicate You know, do you have an app? Do you send text messages? Do you call? Just ask to make sure that you are aware how this daycare is going to communicate with you if there is any emergency or any other thing. Number 6, reviews and recommendation. Now, you might do a tour and all of the other things check out. Now you need to make sure that you ask around, ask persons in the community, ask parents who are already enrolled to get a feel of, you know, the staff of the program to ensure that, you know, this is the right one for you. Always look for reviews and recommendations, because sometimes the things that they don't tell you in the tour, someone else might tell you, or a review might reveal to you. Okay, so make sure you look for some recommendations. Number 7, sickness policies. Now, some parents, depending on their jobs, you know, or whatever they do, they just need some daycare that will be able to care for their child regardless of their child's state. And then there are daycares who may be able to accommodate that, and there are daycares who will not accommodate that. So you need to make sure you ask. So if you're going to go to a tour, you need to ask, what are your sickness policies? What illnesses would you allow? What illnesses would you not allow? You need to ask all of the questions so that everybody is on the same page. You would hate to enroll your child and then find out, hey, they do not accept a child for sneezing or coughing, and you're just like, oh, but where am I going to take my child? I need someone to care for my child. So make sure you ask that from the beginning. Number 8, outdoor play. You might want a daycare that has outdoor play, and you need to ask, hey, do you guys have outdoor play? Do you guys go to the park, or whatever the case may be? You want to ask. Some daycares are able to provide outdoor play, some aren't. Now, don't enroll your child and you don't see no outdoor play, and then you ask in the daycare why your child isn't going outside. Well, they don't have outdoor play. You should have asked that from the beginning. So make sure you ask, make sure you know that they provide it or they don't provide it. Number 9, screen time policy. We have parents who want their child to have screen time. Then we have some parents who don't care for screen time. Now you need to find out if the daycare allows screen time, because you don't want to be like, oh, well, I'm gonna send my child's iPad with them, and then you expect the child will be able to use the iPad when the daycare does not allow that kind of screen time, you know. So you make sure you ask, hey, do you guys have a screen time policy? How long is the screen time during the day? I don't think you should enroll your child to a daycare that only have your children watching TV all day. So you ask the question, okay, because some daycares, they do that and some don't. Some don't have no TV at all. Maybe that's the daycare you want, but you just make sure you ask. Don't be assuming now. And the last and final one, number 10, the cost. Please ask the cost. Ask for the cost. Okay, and then when you get the cost, don't ask for them to reduce the cost because you can't afford it. If the cost is $500, the cost is $500. Maybe that's not in your budget, and you can continue looking for another daycare. Maybe it might be too low, and then you just be like, why is this so low? You know, you have to think about that. Like, if they're gonna charge me little to nothing for me to care for my child, what's up with that? That sounds a little bit too good to be true. So make sure you ask what the cost is, see if it matches in your budget, and please don't enroll to no daycare knowing that the cost is way above your budget, and then when time comes to pay the invoice, the people gotta run you down. Don't do that. Find a daycare that is in your budget, okay? And if you see a daycare that you love, that they're providing all of the services and you can't afford it, then you find another daycare that is close to it, or you find another daycare, and then you save your money until you can afford to move your child to that daycare. You best do that. So those are the 10 things that I think parents should consider when providing, those are the things I think parents should consider when they are looking for a childcare service. Okay, come to my daycare though, you know, come over here by week. We doing the thing over here, okay? We doing the thing. We doing the thing. So come over here, okay? We the daycare for you. We are the daycare for you. Check us out. Bye.